was haere to a massive chunk of National's caucus today after the blue bath at the weekend. The party met today for its post-election mop-up and to say their goodbyes. National was plagued by pre-election leaks, leadership scuffles, a sexting scandal, COVID conspiracy claims, a budget bungle and allegations of fat-shaming by leader Judith Collins. As they leave the bear pit that is Parliament, National's MPs get the party's equivalent of a medal for participating, a silver tray for their service. Today, the queue of recipients was long.
This was a time for people that were leaving to reflect and be presented with a tray for their service. So there was no telling offs, no.
I'm chomping at the bit to be back here. So I'm your man if there's a by-election.
I've never in my 9 years disclosed any confidential information from the caucus.
Checkpoint caught up with 3 MPs who are packing up their offices and shipping out. First up, Lawrence Yule, former MP for Tuki, a first-timer, class of 2017. But he's spent 2 decades in politics, local and national.
The leaking culture has been extremely damaging, and unless that stops, it's going to be pretty hard for the party to move on. That's my number one concern.
Were you emotional in that meeting? Were other people emotional?
No. I was a little bit emotional when I first stood up, but no, I wasn't emotional. Losing a seat is a difficult thing. I loved being the MP for Tuki. I was beaten on the night, and that's how it is. So you sort of grieve for a couple of days about what might have been, but it's done, and I'm very comfortable and happy today to move on and leave this place knowing that I'm pretty satisfied with what I did while I was here.
So, Lawrence, is the leaker still in caucus?
I have no idea. I have no idea who the leaker is. I have no idea whether there's more than one. I literally don't know.
Did caucus get a bit of a telling off from Judith Collins at all?
No. We get to say a few words and then present it with a silver tray and leave.
OK, so this tray, now that you've brought it up, Lawrence, can you describe it to me?
Well, it's a silver tray. I haven't even opened it.
Oh, why haven't you opened it? I'm highly curious about this.
Yes, well, it's in a box. So
yeah.
I'll open it when I get to it. I've got to get all my stuff back to Hawke's Bay, and I haven't actually looked at it yet. And I'm gone. Basically, that's how it works. It is brutal, but they have to make way for new people and new government. And it may be sort of an obvious thing to say, but I haven't written a CV for about 20 years because my employment contract has been coming up every 3 years, and people have made the judgment. This time I didn't win the race, so now I actually have to put pen to paper and update my CV.
Well, Lawrence, and this is not a joke, it's going to be a cracker of a summer in your part of the world. You might want to just spend the summer picking some fruit and chilling out, deciding what you're going to do.
Well, all those things are possible. Do some DIY, see my grandchildren. Whether I get into picking fruit, I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet.
Dan Bidois, a latecomer, didn't even manage a full term. He made it across the line in the 2018 Northcote by-election, winning Jonathan Coleman's old seat. He explains what he said in his farewell speech at the closed-door post-mortem meeting.
What I've said, Lisa, is simply that to position ourselves for 2023, we've got to make sure we've got a high-performing culture. That means no leaking and I think team discipline. The second area is really around making sure we do select the best and brightest candidates that represent our values to stand for National. And thirdly, that I think that our ideas and our messaging reflects the concerns and aspirations of New Zealanders.
You sound pretty cheery for a guy who's lost his job. Are you not angry about what's happened?
No, I'm not. I'm young and I'm hopeful that National, if we get it right, will come through this. And I'm just excited, Lisa, about the future that I will play in that, hopefully.
How was Judith Collins in that room?
I think, Judith was, of course, reflecting the mood of everybody in that room, which is disappointed and sad to lose colleagues and talent.
Does she give you guys a telling off?
No, no telling off.
Dan, have you been looking at situations vacant in butchery, or are you planning to branch out?
Well, I've got many different hats. It's a brilliant thing about the National Party is most of my colleagues come from the private sector, and you've just mentioned one career that I've had, but I'm also an economist. I was previously a senior executive at Foodstuffs, so I'm exploring. I'm quite keen to get back in the private sector for a bit. Get married to my beautiful fiancée, Courtney Simpson, and then position us well for victory in 2023.
I'm wondering about the party president, Peter Goodfellow. Should he go?
Peter's a fantastic person to have at the helm, and I fully support Peter.
Hey, what did they give you, Dan? What's your farewell gift?
I actually haven't looked at it yet, but it's a silver tray.
Alfred Newman, class of 2011, New Zealand's first MP of Cook Islands descent and a former minister. And today, a bit down when we called.
It is sad. I mean, I've been here for 9 years and journeyed with a number of people over that period of time, made some, lasting friendships, and felt that, we've achieved a lot in that period of time, and, it wasn't to be, so it is sad.
You're sounding quite flat, Alfred.
Oh, well, absolutely. As I said, it is a sad day. It's sad for, the friendships that have developed. It's sad that you've invested 9 years of your life, taking away time from your family to be here. So,
Who are you going to miss the most?
There's no one person. There's lots. I mean, I'm friends, obviously, with Mark Mitchell. Him and I are best mates down here. Melissa Lee, a number of people who I've grown, really fond of.
Is this it for you and politics, Alfred? Or do you think there is space for another party? Will you consider that again?
Well, they say never. So I think for me at the moment, I'm looking forward to going and mowing my lawns for a start, cleaning my garage, having a sleep, spending some time with family. And
Have you cleaned up your office?
Well, I've sat down. I've had to stop and start because I've had so many people coming in and out. So you take the time to sit with them and share a few thoughts and have a cup of tea, and then so slowly getting there.
People might not know because, they look at you and you're a politician, right? But you had a life before politics. You're an electrician. You were an electrician. So you've got some skills, Alfred. Are you thinking you might go back to something like that or totally different?
Well, yeah, I did start off as an electrician and, was a sole trader. Then I did some contracting. But I also did a theological degree, so pastored a church, ran a trust, and then also did some consulting around community development.
Any regrets?
No regrets. No. Like I said, just honoured. Look, I'm honoured to have, under the National Party, to be the first Kiwi of Cook Island descent to become Member of Parliament, and now we've got 3.
And that is outgoing National MP Alfred Newman there.